Yo, how you guys doing? Look, yesterday I went to Chicago, Illinois. It was a surprise. It was a surprise to go out to Chicago, Illinois. And as you can see, I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. I can't help it. I love greatness. And the point I'm making with this video is I wanted to originally go to Chicago. When I found out I was going to Chicago, my thoughts and my plans were I was going to go in front of Soldier Field and troll the Chicago Bears. But that wasn't the case because the way Soldier Field is, if you guys have never been to Soldier Field, it's hard to actually get right up on Soldier Field because it's not like Ford Field. And I've been to Ford Field plenty of times. I've been around there. I've been around Ford Field plenty of times. And you could just walk right up to the building. Like this house, I can literally touch the building. But with Soldier Field, it's built up different. It's like caged off to the public. It was weird. It was the weirdest setup. I drove around the entire stadium, and they had an event going on. It was May 4th, 2024 when I went. When I was in the middle of Chicago, and the pictures, videos, and all that show. And so I was like, dang, I'm not gonna be able to troll them. And it was a good thing that I did troll Chicago Bear fans because during the division, and I really don't like the Chicago Bears franchise, but man, let me tell you about my experience in Chicago. I was able to go and see the United Center is the same exact way. They got it completely caged off. You have to like get in and pay for parking to get up on the building. Like, it's so weird the way it is set up. And the Jordan statue, I really wanted to see it, but the guy that was attending for like the tickets and all that, he told me to come back tomorrow, which is today, Sunday, May 5th. He said to come back tomorrow at 9 in the morning that they open back up. And I had told him, I was like, hey man, we're out of towners. I was with my brother. I was with my brother in Chicago yesterday, and I told him, I was like, we're out of towners, and you know, we've always heard about Chicago pizza, and I asked them about some recommendations. I was like, my GPS is telling me that you guys got some real good pizza inside the United Center, and I wanted to see if I can go in there, and plus I wanted to see the Jordan statue. What he told me was that the Jordan statue was inside of a building. It wasn't even outside to the public, that you had to like go inside and pay to see it or something. I don't know what. I was like, man, that is so whack. So then, since we couldn't go inside and actually look at the Jordan statue, I was like, man, that's so whack. And yeah, so then I asked the guy that was attending and that I was talking to, I was like, hey, by chance, do you know where there's a good pizza place that I can get some authentic Chicago style pizza, because we're from out of town. And I asked him for some recommendations, and then he referred me to the restaurant Lou Martini's, I want to say. He just gave me the address. He's like, go to that address and then order some pizza. And then so I did. So I asked him. I was like, hey, by chance, man, how much is that pizza normally run? And he looked at me. He's like, man, depends on what you want on it. I was like, all right, man. All right, I'm gonna go check it out. So I went and checked it out. Like, literally, you know how in the commercials they have the pizza with the mozzarella cheese that's all like super like sticky, and it's like all spread out, and it's just like 5 feet of cheese, bro. I finally had some pizza like that. I was just amazed with it. And then when I picked it up, I had to eat the ingredients. I had to eat the pepperoni, then the mushrooms. There was a whole bunch of ingredients on there. I can't just pick the pizza up by itself. It'll fall apart. But once I had it light enough, I started picking it up, and then it started dripping. And I looked over at my brother. I was like, man, this pizza has a little bit too much grease on it. And he looked over. He's like, that's not grease. That's like olive oil or something like that. I was like, So 2 thumbs up for that restaurant. I recommend it if you're gonna go to Chicago. Go and visit that restaurant. Not gonna lie, a large pizza. It says on the menu it's good to serve 4 people. That's like $40. And then medium pizza, good to serve 2 people. That's $20. Altogether, it was like close to $80 after we got drinks and all that, and we ended up eating the pizza in the car because we had to go and pick my mom up from the airport because she was coming back from Mexico, and you know, that's what we were actually there in Chicago for. But like I said, I wanted to troll the Chicago Bears. I wanted to troll them, the fan base and all that, but my overall experience in Chicago was very unique. Oh, and I gotta point out before I forget, this is random, but I think it's weird that the United Center is on the same block as some projects out there in Chicago. Like I remember driving around the United Center, and I looked at it, and then there was a hockey statues out there, and then it just looked like a outdated arena. I was like, man, but to think about it, that's Jordan's house right there, Michael Jordan. Man, there's a lot of raggedy vehicles out here, man, but I looked at the statues and I looked at the United Center, and I just kept thinking, I was like, this is where Jordan was winning championships, and I was just like, yeah, that was like a long time ago, but it's still the same arena. And then as we were driving around trying to find the statue of Michael Jordan, we seen that there was some projects, there was some hood fellas out there. I was like, man, you can't make this up. Chicago, we got the United Center, and it's right in the middle of the hood. Like, what the hell? And yeah, but overall, my genuine experience in Chicago, Illinois for the first time, very unique, and I would give it a 2 thumbs up, because as I was there and I got on Facebook and all that, it kept giving me recommendations, and it wasn't the same 2-3 recommendations that I get like when I'm out here in Toledo, Ohio. I was like, man, there's so much to do out here in Toledo or in Chicago. I was like, dang. It was just very unique, and I want to give Chicago its respect, and I very much approve the city of Chicago. Can't wait to go back and take you guys with me.